Hello, it's day 92 of the Liberator Project, and as it's raining, you join me once again in my kitchen. And okay, first things first, it's got some good news. Apparently, Dawn's feeling a lot better now, so that's great. And I saw Ash today, and he's looking a lot better too, so that's fantastic. There's 2 subscribers that are now doing well, and well, I need all the subscribers I can get at the moment because probably due to my NHS rant yesterday, I lost another 2 subscribers. So that means I've lost 4 people subscribing to the channel this week. And, so if you do enjoy what I'm doing, please like, share, subscribe, send it to your friends. Let's try and get those numbers back up, because the rate things are going, by Christmas, there's going to be no one left. So, oh well, I'm not going to censor what I'm doing. I'm just going to speak freely, and people either enjoy it or not. But I just wish more people would like it. One thing at a time. First of all, I'd like to say a huge thank you to Neil, who sent me this. I don't know why he thinks I'd need that, but it's a great hardback book about how not to die on a boat. And it's by Mr. or Mrs. Dag Pike. So thanks a lot. I do appreciate that, Neil. Thank you for your effort. I was expecting some Russian stout, but this is probably more useful. And inside it, he's put... watch out for lampposts. I can only say that relates to an unfortunate accident some years ago in Ongar High Street, which also accounts for the fact why in Ongar High Street there's one lamppost that's completely different style to the rest of them. But yes, lampposts will be have been safe since that fateful night. Okay. I've got another idea. This is for all your Christmas gift needs. And what we have here, I've got a red pill from Alistair Williams. I put the link down below so you can buy it. And you can get red pill your friends. It's a USB drive and it contains 3 hours of his comedy. So his comedy shows, comedy sketches. That's going to be fantastic. And, if you don't like it, you can always erase it and use it as a USB drive. So great Christmas gift idea. I'll put a link down below for that. So, okay, right. Well, I had a go at the NHS, and that's because you've got to understand that in my life, I've had decades of time battling with the NHS from their bureaucracy and their petty penny-pinching ways. That means there's a lot more suffering in the world than there needs to be. I don't know how much experience you've had with the NHS or how much experience you've had with health services in other countries, but the NHS is dreadful. I mean, it really is third-rate medicine compared to Germany or Estonia. And, if you don't believe me, that's up to you, but you can do your own research and find this out. Now, I've had, both my grandparents have gone into hospital for minor illnesses. Both of them died in hospital through infections, secondary complications. And I think that, a lot of people have these horror stories. If you're over 80 and you go into hospital, you are not coming out. It's the level of care and treatment is dreadful. And say the risk of them catching something is, if there's any way you keep your relatives out of hospital, please do it. They don't look after the elderly anywhere near as well as they should. And I've had many arguments with them. When I was in hospital, I had some nurse argue with me that he was giving me the wrong medication. I knew it was the wrong medication because I check all my tablets. It was definitely the wrong little cup full of pills. He argued I should take them anyway. And when I flatly refused, he threatened to call the supervisor. He went nuts at me until it turned out that they were actually the wrong tablets. Now, if I'd been if I'd been more compliant, I'd have taken God knows what, which means I wouldn't have got the medication I needed, and you don't know what you're taking, And also it means some other poor sod has got, he's been given the wrong medicine as well. So, I haven't got good experiences with the NHS. And to a further example of that is, as you know, I had an ultrasound scan a couple of days ago. Now, my doctor phoned me up because you cannot actually go and see a doctor anymore. It's all done over the phone. And if you think there's not a problem, you try and book yourself a doctor. Try and get a doctor's appointment. It'll be 3 weeks away before if you're lucky, maybe a phone call. Anyway, I got a phone call from them about the results of the scan, which is something that we'd arranged 3 weeks ago. They said yes, the tumour is a cyst, it's benign, and nothing to worry about. Even though it is growing, it's grown another 5 mil, and it now has some daughter tumours connected with it. It has another 2 smaller tumours that have spread away from the main tumour. So, to me, that sort of smacks of metastasising or being something more concerning. But anyway, doctors doing nothing. What they've done is they've said, what we'll do is we'll keep an eye on that. Well, they've been keeping an eye on it for 10 years. It digs into my side. It's uncomfortable. It's an unpleasant lump. It could have been dealt with 10 years ago, as a bit of keyhole surgery, a tiny little, 2 or 3 stitches and it removed. But no, here we are, 10 years later. They're still not doing anything about it, despite how large it's getting. And, how long is this going to go on? I have to go back every 6 months for another 10 years before they actually consider doing something about it. Think of all those wasted resources. If they'd done it when it was first discovered, it's gone. I don't need to come back. My quality of life's improved. Their quality of life's improved because I don't need to keep bothering them every 6 months. And no, the penny pinching, useless bureaucracy that the NHS, nothing's been done, so it's just going to carry on and carry on, which means I'm going to keep bothering them and they're going to keep wasting their time. I mean, perhaps when they thought I was going to die, this was like, well, it's not going to be a problem. But the amount of effort to remove it when it was first discovered was so small compared to the ongoing problem it's caused me in my life and the fact I keep bothering them. I mean, I am so angry with the NHS. It's like that all the time. They could give me medication. Within 6 months, my immune system could have calmed down. I could be moving on with my life. But no, if anyone wants to tell me how good the NHS is, and I'm only here because of Professor Malcolm Rustin. It was only because of his research team that actually sorted me out. If I was relying on the NHS, I'd have been long since dead by now. They are useless. And if anyone wants to cheer for the NHS or clap or smile, the people working for the NHS, it's their career. They do that for a job. They're not doing it voluntarily. They're not doing it for free. That's what they're paid to do. And if I think they're underpaid. I really think they should be paid more, but it's still a career. So, when I've designed something, I don't expect people to cheer and clap me. That's what I'm paid to do. That's my job. And the NHS, in my personal experience, they do not go above and beyond the call of duty at all. And I went into Watford General for my scan. It's deserted. It's a ghost town. There's no one there. Now, that would normally be packed out with people. There'd be people having cancer scans, all sorts of things. That's not going on. The place is empty. And there's nurses sat behind reception watching videos on their laptops. Don't believe me. You go down to your local hospital and check this out. My ex, which I won't give the name because they were threatened not to talk about this, I spoke to her a couple of weeks ago. She has got nothing to do at work. They sit around making TikTok videos or watching YouTube on their laptops because the wards are empty. And all those wards used to be full with people that were having treatments. So they haven't gone away. Those people are still needing treatments. They're not getting it. God knows how many people are suffering because of that policy. And yes, I am going to rant. It's my channel. I can rant. If you don't like it, turn off. Come back tomorrow when there's a kit car. The bloody mindedness of people I meet who think that if you don't clap for the NHS like a seal, that you don't care about people. I think it's the other way around. I think if you cared about people, you'd look at the figures. You would realise how many suicides are happening at the moment. How many deaths through cancer. How many deaths through despair and suffering. It's, they should do those figures into the calculation. It's, I think you'll find it's many, many times more than the current situation has caused, or the current situation would have caused if it wasn't for the political actions of a few idiots or a few people with alternative agendas. So, you don't trust me? My friend was down in A&E, as well. Another person saying exactly the same thing about Watford General. In the A&E ward, it was packed with attempted suicides. Well, the death rate may have gone up, but I think the death rate has gone up through suicide and despair and suffering. And anyone that kills themselves because of despair over this situation is put down as a situation death. Absolutely not true. It's a lockdown death. So I'm really, appalled by the NHS. And if you want to disagree with me, that's up to you. I've used the NHS a lot and it's crap. I really have got nothing good to say about it. Everything I've got from the NHS I've had to fight for, or the professor fought for me, and thank God for him. I wouldn't be here without him. Okay, that's enough about the NHS. That's probably another 2 subscribers off the list. Right, tomorrow I'm going to do the kit car, so that'll be fun. Hopefully it's not going to rain. I will be doing something more interesting and I will show you all about the car. That's good. And if I feel like it, I've got some real beetroots. So I will do some cooking. I will make a fast bush as opposed to the best bush I could, because the boiling the bones and doing the stock and everything takes hours and hours of your time. If you want a quick bush, I'll show you something you can knock up in about 15 minutes. Okay, fantastic. Hopefully see you soon. Thanks for listening to me rant. Goodbye.